Right, 2 September 2025, and today I'm excited to be giving you the evening update or the clarity update. And this is the update that I give you in the evening so that you understand what is important and what is not important. So as usual, in the evenings, we talk about the M31 Zimbabwe program. And today I'm going to be looking at the rail. So Mnangagwa went to China and attempted to discuss rail with the Chinese, but it has been a very bad day for Mnangagwa. Nothing has gone well for Mnangagwa. So let me show you what has happened today. Mnangagwa was supposed to meet the president of China. He was also supposed to meet executives from various companies. And unfortunately, all this has not happened. So Mnangagwa has failed to meet the president of China. He has also failed to meet the executives of any of the companies in China. He has not met any CEOs. He has not met any senior executives. All he has done is to meet some junior officers of companies like Huawei, which is already in Zimbabwe. So Mnangagwa has failed to meet the executives of all the big companies that are there in China, and it's becoming humiliating. Mnangagwa ended up having to go to the Chinese, to the Zimbabwean embassy in China. So Mnangagwa spent most of his time at the Zimbabwean embassy in China, greeting people, signing books, and he never ended up meeting anybody, none of the executives of the companies. And as you know, the president of China is very busy. He's entertaining some of the biggest world powers. That is the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, the president of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, and is also entertaining the president of India, Modi. So imagine Mnangagwa coming from an African country as the only African inside of China right now. He was unable to meet any of these leaders. To make matters worse, they don't even seem to be paying attention to him. They are leaving him to sit at the embassy of Zimbabwe. And in the meetings that Mnangagwa had, it is clear that Mnangagwa was not prepared. His delegation was not prepared. They took many, many people over there, but it's not clear why they've taken so many people over there to China. When they met the China Railway Group, they went without any documentation. They went without any plans. And then Mthuli Ncube ended up asking the Chinese to make a plan for how they want to implement the rail in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa proposed that instead of changing the rail that is there right now, the Chinese must just refurbish the existing rail. What Mnangagwa does not understand is that the current NRZ cannot be revived. You cannot revive the NRZ of Zimbabwe. It is destroyed because why it was set up is no longer valid at this moment. So when NRZ was set up, the things that were happening are no longer happening, and therefore they need to be a redesign. For example, if you look at South Africa, rail is not owned only by the state. So if you look at Gauteng, they've got the Gautrain, and the Gautrain is not owned by the government, or if it is owned by a government, it is through a separate entity. We also have Metro Rail, which is the different company, and we've got Transnet, which is running National Rail. So Mnangagwa is failing to understand it. So they went to China Railway Group with no information, with no plan, and Mnangagwa said, no, this is going to take a very long time. We don't know how long it's going to take. Such an urgent thing, they've got no plan. Mnangagwa has got no plan. He doesn't know what needs to be done. That is why the Chinese are ignoring Mnangagwa, and he spends the whole day with his own people at the embassy. Mnangagwa is the ambassador. He's like an ambassador of Zimbabwe to China. No one cares about him. They are ignoring him throughout the day. So today I don't want to talk a lot. I want to end it here. It's clear that if you want to do any deals with China, you must have a plan. Otherwise, you go there and you just waste your time, like what Mnangagwa is doing. Tomorrow, there's going to be a major celebration. There will be no time for the Chinese to meet Mnangagwa. If they meet him, it is just to greet him, and that nothing is going to come out of what has happened in China today. So this is a continuation, obviously, of my discussion yesterday. If you want to do business with China, you must have a plan. You must understand how to say, this is what we want. This is how we want it to be done. This is the portion that the Chinese people do, and this is the portion that the Zimbabweans are going to do. Mnangagwa has got no such plan. He's just going to China without a plan. And today he has faced massive humiliation in China, spending the whole day with no one but the embassy people. They won't even allow you. So if you want to know China, the offices of Huawei, if you want to go there, it's a very secure environment. They will not just allow you to wander around without a plan. You must be having something you're doing if you're going over there. The China Railway Group, if you're going to go there, they don't want you to steal their technology. They won't allow you to wander around in those buildings. So Mnangagwa is discovering very quickly that when you go to China, you can't just go. There must be a reason why you're going there. And there must be so that's why other African presidents have not gone. They've just boycotted it. They know this, that when you go to China, you're not just a visitor. You're supposed to have a particular thing that you're doing. That is why you see that all the other presidents are getting attention. But the president of Iran is not even gone yet. So he's still at his home. He's going to probably arrive today. But Mnangagwa, always the first person to arrive. It's as if there's a party. He's the first person to arrive, and it's embarrassing what is happening to Mnangagwa. So that is what has happened today. M31 has got a plan. So we do have a plan, and our plan is simple. $1,500 tax-free a month, 160 new towns, high-speed rail, only 8 ministries, military-planned city, homecoming, and a tourist-based economy. If we're going to deal with any country, we're going to have a plan. We're not just going to go to a place with no plan. Just like Mnangagwa is doing, coming from one place and going to another place and getting nothing out of it. Tongombeya, that is what my brother calls, my brother Tafi the man. He calls him Tongombeya. Anongombeya Mbeya. And to make matters worse, he's trying to justify why he took Virginia Mabiza. What an embarrassing situation Mnangagwa finds himself in. He has taken Virginia Mabiza over to China, over to the Vatican. This has become so embarrassing because Virginia Mabiza is not a member of ZIDA. She's not a member of any ministry. She does not know anything about what's going on. She's not an official of the government. And yet she's tagging along with Mnangagwa, who has not been seen with Auxilia on any trip. So Mnangagwa has not been traveling with Auxilia Mnangagwa. He's been traveling alone most of the time, ever since the funeral of Gata. So that is where everything started. When Mnangagwa was outed for the Mayashe sisters, then Auxilia started to avoid him very badly. So she's avoiding him very badly. So I don't know who's avoiding the other, Auxilia or Mnangagwa, but between the two of them, it's terrible. And the government officials are having a torrid time trying to explain why Virginia Mabiza is traveling with Mnangagwa to all these places. Is she now my Nini? Is she now the new wife? Is she married? Is Virginia Mabiza married? Let's Google it. Let's see if she's married, because I don't want to say things that I don't know. So let's ask is Virginia Mabiza married, and to whom? So this is crazy, guys. What is happening in Zimbabwe is crazy. You see someone traveling around with the president as if he's the wife. All right. So Miss Virginia Mabiza seems to be married, but I do not know why she's moving around with Mnangagwa. I've seen Zimbabweans as crazy as he is saying something, but who am I to confirm such a thing? It is crazy and unbelievable. All I can tell you is what a disastrous last day or last days of office of Mnangagwa. Everything that is doing is senseless, makes no sense. You saw what happened when he got sick inside of Italy at the Vatican. And right now in China, it's a disaster after a disaster. No official meetings, just sitting around at the embassy. It's an embarrassment. And Mnangagwa is becoming a laughing stock of the region. Imagine all the other presidents of Africa, when they see Mnangagwa being humiliated like this in China, what they're saying. Why is an African president going to a celebration of World War II and then saying, 65 years ago, I was here? Why were you there 65 years ago? Were you part of World War II? That is crazy. Mnangagwa, Arkura Vanu, Nenzara, Mnangagwa, Aka Broka. Right, I want to quickly look at the comment. Yes, President Gambakwe. President Gambakwe looking amazing, looking very good. And guys, we still have an open window. If you want to become a candidate, go over and be like President Gambakwe. President Gambakwe is confident. Look at me. I'm a very confident person. I put myself forward. I have a manifesto. You can be the same. We don't want people who believe in manna from heaven. Look at that. Look at that picture. One of the most beautiful pictures for a president of a country. And sorry to the guys on TikTok, you can't see it. Look at that picture. That's amazing. Imagine having a president like this. I won't be going to China at all. So you won't be going to see me at China. You'll see me in New York, London, Switzerland, all those countries. That makes sense. And your rail will be beautiful. We don't want Shireo Chaka Broka. We want a proper rail in our country. And then let's see other comments. Kugarwane Sutu, like a real president, yes. A real president, yes. He thought he was a VIP. That's good for him, yes. Ngobe Moms, I do agree with you. The Chinese, they talk real money. They don't want to be told about Fumvudza and Trababalas and all that junk that Mnangagwa talks about. They want to talk about real things. How can you go to China when your economy is only $2 billion? The economy of Zimbabwe is being supported by remittances of $3 billion. The whole economy. That makes no sense. It's not an economy. It's not even a small company. It's garbage. Aka broker. Mnangagwa, aka broker. Okay, I would like to thank all of you for watching. Let's recap what we said so that we don't get confused. We said that the M31 has got a proper plan. And when we deal with countries like China, we don't do it on their terms. So Mnangagwa went to China and said, we are waiting for the Chinese to design the rail. That is what they said. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to show you. Mutuli Ngube, he said, we're waiting for the Chinese to design the rail. Mnangagwa says we're going to discuss. They are going with no plan. M31 has got a plan. We know what we want to do with our rail. We're going to have a south corridor and a north corridor. Our rail is going to be used for moving tourists. So we're going to have many towns, 160 new towns. So we're going to build the towns. So if we're going to go to an investor, we're going to say, build the towns, the stations, and let us operate it together. Let's operate the towns together, the stations together, and the rail together. And this is how you're going to make your return. You can't just go to the Chinese and say, just do what NRZ was doing when NRZ closed. NRZ closed because there was no business or it was poorly managed. We are bringing a new model, and that is what Mnangagwa is failing to do. That is why the Chinese are humiliating Mnangagwa. All right. I would like to thank all of you for watching, especially our guys on TikTok. So we're going to be going live on both until we can now go live together. So it will take us a few days to go live together here on my new system. It needs me to go live with you quite a number of times. And then we can be together on one channel. I'll be able to share things with you from this side. So I've got two systems right now, two live systems, and it's amazing. We are not going to get tired. I will never get tired, because if we miss 2028, you are not going to have a house, you are not going to come home, and you're not going to earn $1,500. So if you see me getting tired, say, Gambakwe, why are you tired? Come back every night. So the promise is every night I'll be here to talk about the new Zimbabwe. And we've started fundraising. So if you are able, and you know people that are able to help us, we now need to start working on raising funds so that we can have our office. We want to have a campus. So we want quite a significant amount of money. We're not talking about a small amount of money. We're talking about a huge amount of money that we need so that we can create a campus and we can start having our structures. So that is what we want to do. And I would like to thank all of you for the support that you're giving us, especially the brothers, my brothers in the army, in the police, in intelligence, in prison service, teachers, civil servants. We can do this. You cannot continue this way and want to end your suffering under Mnangagwa by a new government of the people. The new government of M31 is going to be a government of love. We're going to be giving to all of you a house. We're going to give you a proper salary. We're going to make you wealthy. Working for the government is going to be the best thing ever. People will be scrambling to work for the government. If you go to other countries, working for the government is what people want. It's a stable job. So that's what we want to give you. In Zimbabwe, currently working for the government is embarrassing. Being a teacher is shameful. You earn your little money and you hide. Being a nurse is embarrassing. We want to fix that. We don't want our people to leave the country. We want you to work in our country. So that is what we want, and that is our promise. So 2028, Siangena, and look at that. That is your new president, 2028, Gambakwe 2028. Thank you very much for watching, and a good night to you all.